Hey there gamers, last week the gaming world got a little shiner with the release of Stellar Blades demo. And no, I'm not talking about the ghost demo that pulled a Houdini on us. I've sunk some serious catch time into this demo, and let me tell you, it's not just a pretty face. Shift Up didn't just throw a bunch of gorgeous characters at us and call it a day. Oh no, they are cooked up something with a lot more substance. So let's unwrap this digital delight together and check out what makes Stellar Blades tick, from its story and gameplay to all the bells and the whistles in between. Jumping into the demo, it's clear Stellar Blades isn't just another walk in the park, unless your park is filled with soul-crushing enemies and requires a PhD in dodging and parrying. The gameplay vibes hard with the Soulborn family, but it's like that cool cousin who shows up with a new twist on the family tradition. Parrying is as satisfying as snapping a perfectly timed high five, with a sound effect that's music to any gamer's ears. Timing is everything, and you might miss a few before you get it right. Dodging, on the other hand, gets a major upgrade with the perfect dodge ability. It's like learning a secret handshake that lets you wave through danger like a pro. And yes, you can beef up these moves as you go, making you feel like a combat connoisseur. Now let's tango with the combat system. Stellar Blade asks you to treat combat like a dance deadly, adrenaline-pumping dance where the floor is lava, and the walls are made of spikes. Mashing buttons will get you nowhere fast, except maybe a quick trip to the game over screen. It's all about mixing and matching your moves, like a DJ blending tracks to keep the crowd on its toes. Finding the rhythm between attacks, parries and dodges feels like choreographing your own action move scene. The game doesn't hand you a combo menu on a cereal platter though. You have got to dive into the skill tree and pick out your moves like selecting a perfect outfit for a night out. And for those of us who need a little practice before hitting the club, there's a training area to get those moves down pat. Exploring Stellar Blades' world is mostly a smooth ride, but every now and then it throws a curveball that'll have you laughing or groaning at your own misadventures. Ever walked a tightrope with the grace of a drunken penguin? That's what navigating some of the narrow paths feels like. And then there's the curious case of the magnetic poles, which might suck you in like a moth to a flame, handy but occasionally hilarious in execution. These hiccups don't spoil the party though. They are more like those funny stories you share after a night out, adding character to the adventure.
I can't reach the ladder. The water level is too low.
Try using the plank.
Diving into the story, Stellar Blade doesn't just serve as a rehated dish of sci-fi tropes, it spices things up with its own unique flavor. Picture this. Earth's hanging on by a thread, with ships inching across the sky like ducks in a shooting gallery. And bam, our squad gets decimated faster than a plate of cookies at a diet convention. But our hero, Eve, brushes off death like it's just a bad case of space dust, thanks to a little backup from Taki and later Adam. The demo lays out the story as a strong forward as a soap opera plot, but promises twists and turns that could make a predator jealous. And yes, while it might smell slightly of Nier Automata's kitchen, Stellar Blades cooking up its own stories too. There's this moment where it shifts from high-octane action to a PowerPoint presentation of his memory with Adam, which feels a bit like watching your life flash before your eyes, but only in still images. It's quirky, a bit jarring, but hey, maybe the full game will animate those memories into something as lively as a Saturday morning cartoon.
The crack is quite deep. It's going to be difficult to pass. We'll have to go across, past the parking tower.
Now let's talk eye candy. I'm not just talking about the character designs. Stellar Blade is a visual banquet, a feast for the eyes where every course is more sumptuous than the last. From the warm, danger-infused use of the first mission to the cool, melancholic tones of the second, It's like wandering through an art gallery where every piece tells a part of the story. And then the cherry on the top, you can tweak the game's visual setting, balancing performance and prettiness to suit your taste. Whether you are in it for the graphics that make you want to reach out and touch the world, or the performance that keeps everything smoother than a jazz solo, Stellar Blades got you covered. Yet not all is perfect in Paradise. There's this hilarious moment where Liquid Physics decided to go on a coffee break, dribbling at a leisurely pace that will have you chuckling at its laid-back attitude. But let's be real, when the rest of the game looks this good, it's like complaining that your diamond shoes are too tight. Imagine strapping on your headphones and stepping into a concert when every note, every beat of the drum is synced to your pulse. That's Stellar Blades soundtrack. It's an explosion of emotion, from the heart-pounding urgency of the battle tunes that make you feel like you're running late to the most epic event of your life, to the somber melodies that wander through deserted city streets, tugging at your heartstring like a puppeteer. Boss fights crank the volume up to 11, with themes that range from "you're gonna need a bigger boat" to an EDM rave that wouldn't be out of place in a blockbuster movie's climax. It's as if the game's music is the hype man for your journey, pumping you up, shooting your soul, and sometimes give you the nudge to remind you, this is it, the big leagues. And let's not forget the sound effects, the satisfying clank of a successful parry, the grunt of an enemy taking a hit, the environmental sounds that make the world feel alive. It's like Stellar Blade has its own language, spoken not with words, but with the poetry of sound. After romping through the demo, it's clear Stellar Blade it's an experience. Whether you are hardened soulborn veteran looking for your next challenge, a story seeker on a hunt for a new world to get lost in, a symphony enthusiast craving the perfect soundtrack to your in-game exploits, or someone who just appreciates a good digital painting, this game's cooking up something special for you. And for those who can wait to spend more quality time admiring Eve and company in their full, glorious rendered detail, knows this, Stellar Blade might just be your next obsession. So mark your calendars for April 26th, because this PlayStation 5 exclusive is shaping up to be a journey you won't want to miss. In wrapping up our first impression of Stellar Blade's demo, from its combat mechanics and exploration to its story, graphics and sound, it's clear this game is a labor of love and passion. It's a testament of the power of gaming to transport us to new worlds, challenge us in unexpected ways, and tell stories that linger with us long after we have put down the controller. So there you have it, a glimpse into the heart of Stellar Blade through the lens of its demo. As we count down the days of its release, one thing's for sure, you are in for a treat. So let me know what you think about Stellar Blade. If you liked the video, subscribe, activate the bell, hit the like button. See you soon, folks!